Thank you for being here for our first 4 o'clock Mass. 3 or more gathered in his name. We keep getting lucky and lucky with that. I can't be more blessed. Thank you. I'm actually fortunate that I was able to read the epistle myself today, in addition to the gospel. The epistle is what I really focused on at the earlier Masses. We had beautiful Masses today. We had 2 baptisms, 2 adults, and we had the Boy Scouts here to honor National Boy Scout Day. It was a packed house and beautiful. St. Paul today reminds us in a simple line, I am what I am. It actually, as you probably know, turned into a Broadway musical, La Cage aux Folles, one of my favorite musicals. I am what I am my own special creation. St. Paul did not write the lyrics to that, I don't think, nor did he attend the Tonys for that. But he did send a message to the world that no matter who you are, what you've done, where you have been, God can still call upon you to do great things. As Paul says in his own words, he felt so unworthy. And I no longer like to use any type of judgments the way I used to in the old days in a police uniform. But Paul was judging himself accurately. He persecuted the early church. It was he who actually caused the first martyr, St. Stephen, to be stoned. It was an amazing transformation. He categorized himself as the least of the apostles. He was not privileged to be with Jesus on those first 3 years. He would meet Jesus in a very different circumstance. On the road to Damascus, he would be knocked off his horse to the ground, struck blind. It wasn't a fun encounter, meeting the Lord. And Jesus just asked, why? Why are you doing this? And that's the transformation. I am what I am. But he changed. He changed and reminds the world, no matter who you are, rich or poor, gay or straight, black or white, from any place in the world, you can follow God. You can create change. You can be the call that he heard. The gospel today, one of my favorites. I can relate to those heavy nets and working hard here and being tired. And Jesus says, one more time, throw it out one more time. And Peter does. And he is transformed as well. A simple fisherman. He becomes the rock of our church. St. Paul, a persecutor of Christians, will write more of the gospel than any other writer. It's amazing the work that both of these 2 men do. I told a story at the earlier Masses, and since it's only the 3 of you, I'll give a few more details. When I retired from the police department, I moved to Florida. It was a nice break. And one of the first things I did is I bought a little boat, little Boston whaler, because the dealership said, no matter what you do, it won't sink. So that was important to me. And I'd go out in the mornings. I was on Sarasota Bay and listen to music. It was just wonderful. My brother, sister-in-law, and my niece and nephew, their 2 children, who were just delightful, Nicholas and Gia, had moved down there shortly after. They're still there. And I took them out on the new boat for a little tour, Michael and the 2 little kids. And I'm driving around. It was so exciting. Michael had been my brother, my younger brother, trying to teach me to fish. The irony is, when I was a police officer, I could catch a criminal with my eyes closed. But give me a fishing rod and a boat, I could not catch a cold. And I said, Michael, it's not working. I can't do this. So about a week before they got there, I was watching these professional fishermen with nets, like described in this gospel. And they would throw them out, and they would pull up hundreds of a fish called a mullet. Never even heard of the fish before. So I went out, I bought a net. I said, if they could do this, I have some skills. Maybe I could. So I have the kids in tow and my brother, and I'm all excited to throw my net out. And I throw it out once, nothing happens. Throw it out twice, nothing. And I'm standing on the front of the boat, not even sure what that's called. Could be the bow. throw it out for a third time. And I know I caught something. I could feel it. Pull it up, and it was this huge black water snake. We were in shallow water, but nonetheless, I abandoned ship with the kids and my brother. It was only this way. And Michael's saying, get back in the boat. Luckily, the kids are hysterical laughing. It was a water snake. He picked it up and threw it away. And like Simon Peter, I gave up fishing that day. And 8 years later, I hope I am a fisher of God's people. The message, though, for all of us is to go deeper. 3 of you are here. That speaks volumes. The world looks at the church today as not relevant and not real, or not meeting the needs that so many have. We're in a world of technology and media, and so much is happening. But there's still so much happening in that book. There's still so much happening in your hearts. That's what brings you here. So the lesson for today, listen to St. Paul. We are who we are. We are our own special creation. We have so much to offer. This beloved church, St. Miriam, is who you are. And I can't be more thankful that you're here with us tonight. God love you all.